Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone. Today our group will presentations about today's telephone etiquette from professional business communication class. Okay. Before that, I would to introduce ourselves first. Okay. First is from me. My name is Ipudu Toniko Satya Pradipta, and my number is 2315091058. Okay, that's all from me.
Hello everyone. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ika Dede Janantara with the number of student is 231-509-1083.
Let me introduce myself. So, my name is Gede Victor Danatyaksa Udayana. Okay, let's start from the first material. So, the first thing is, or the first material is, why is today's telephone ethic is so important? So, telephone ethic ensures respectful and effective communications. It helps navigate modern challenges like voicemail and cell phones use, fostering better personal and professional relationships while showing considerations for others. Telephone ethic also is a crucial because it reflects respect and professionalism in communications. With the rapid evolutions of technology, proper phones manner helps navigate calls. Modern Have navigate modern challenges like screening calls, using voicemail, and handling cell phones in public. So let's next to the second, and it's the first material. Uh, so the first is making and receiving a calls. The telephone seems to bring out either the best or the worst in people. If people are looking for an opportunity to be rude and unmannerly, the telephone let them do just that. On the other hand, you can bring out the very best in the person on the other end of the line by going the extra mile in courtesy. While making and receiving calls, proper ethic in making and receiving calls ensures clear and respectful communications. We can use some ethic like prepare ahead, where we will know your purpose. We have to know the purpose before dialing or making a call. The second is be polite. We have to use a warm tone and clear speech. The third, introduce yourself. Of course, before making a call, especially when we making or dialing unknown person, we have to identify ourselves and state our reasons for calling. The fourth, check timing. If we want to making a call, we have to ask if it's a convenient time to talk. Uh, because if we call someone, especially someone we don't know, or maybe our teacher, it will be so embarrassing if we call or dialing them in the night. The fifth, we have to take notes. We have to write down important details during the conversations, especially for like business conversation. And the last is we have to end gracefully. We have to say thank to the person and conclude politely. And the expression while receiving a call, we have to answer promptly. Pick up. We have to pick up like before the fourth ring or the third ring. Before that, we have to receive the call. The second is greet and identify. We have always to state our name and household clearly, especially in a business conversation. The third, We have to handle unfamiliar colors with minimal informations. So when we handle some unfamiliar colors, like we receive call from unknown people, we have to give them minimalize or minimal informations and avoid sharing personal details about ourselves or maybe our company. The last is conclude properly. Pass message accurately or ask for a better time to return the call. We must be courteous during phone interactions, fosters professionalism, and strengthens relationships. Next, expression while placing a call. Many people jump right into a dialing phone number without a lot of forethought about what's going on to happen next, but to place a courteous and effective phone call, you need to follow this step. We need to follow this step. The first, we have to think ahead about what you want to achieve before you place the call. Because if you don't know what your purpose to have a call, you will have bad conversations in the call. The second is we have to adopt a pleasant tone with the person who answers the call. Because if we not use a right tone, the conversations will be bad also. We will be bad too. The third is we have to establish the identity of the other party. Uh, the fourth is we have to identify ourselves and our reasons why we have to call this person, or we have to have a conversations with this person, or with them, or with that community, or maybe with that industry. The fifth, we have to incur considerability whether the timing of the call is convenient. The sixth, take notes during the conversations to to make our easier to remember the important message or the important things in the conversations during the call. And the last, we must achieve closure. We have to give like we have to say thank you, or like make some summary of our call. Okay, now let's get to next material. The material is answering call. Answer your home phone before the fourth ring, or maybe you have to answer it before the third ring to avoid making the caller think they'll reach voicemail or that you're unavailable. When answering, identify yourself or your household courteously, and if the call is for someone else, deliver the message in person instead of shouting. For unknown callers, provide just enough information to confirm the intended recipient, but avoid sharing your phone number for safety. Or we have to avoid sharing our personal identity. So the this material is almost the same with the previous material. So the next material is evaluating what's important when that phone rings. The first, you're having a face-to-face conversation with another person, a family member, neighbor, or guest. about an important topic. The phone rings and you say, "Excuse me," and pick it up. The second, in a call, waiting situations, you decide that the second call is more important than the first one, and you ring off the first call with a promise to get right back. The last, you're on the phone with someone and the call waiting tones chimes in your ear. You say, "Excuse me," and flash over to the other call. Our response to a ringing phone reflects how much you value the people around you. So we have to follow these guidelines to manage call respectfully. And we have to prioritize face-to-face interaction, avoid interrupting and an in-person conversations to answer the phone unless it's an urgent or pre-arranged call. Let voicemail handle non-essential calls. We also have to manage call waiting carefully. If you need to answer another call while on the phone, excuse yourself briefly and minimize the interruption. Let the original caller know you value their time. And to to manage the phone rings, to manage the important call, we have to manage some call waiting carefully because we have to avoid hurting feelings another caller. We have to prioritize ongoing interactions over unknown calls unless absolutely necessary. Explain your decisions to those present if you must take an important call. The last, know when to let it ring. It means in most cases, allowing voicemail or an answering machines to handle the call is better than interrupting conversations or activities. That's all from me. Now my friends will continue the explanations from our material.
Today I want to continue with our presentations. The first material is ridding yourself of nuisance. Ridding yourself of nuisance is come in a several guise that salespeople who call while you are trying to enjoy dinner with your family, and heavy breathers who phone you in the middle of the night, and kids who dial numbers at random and jiggle you. The following section advise you on how to deal with these nuisance. The first, uh, at dinner time sales calls, you don't owe any consideration to sales solicitations made during the dinner hour or later in the evening. However, as a polite person, you can't bring yourself to be unmannerly no matter what the provocations. Just wait for the first opening and say, "Thanks, but I'm not interested. Goodbye." And with that, hang up the telephone. Okay, the second is prank call and other nuisance. Prank call and other nuisance is the easiest way to deal with nuisance call is to let you are answering machine or voice mail system do the work. Pesky callers are quickly discouraged when they can't reach an actual human being. If you happen to pick up a nuisance call, just hang up the phone and without the comment. Okay, next, handling a sudden disconnect. Handling a sudden disconnect is when a sudden disconnect happens to you. Remember this rule. The original caller is the one who should attempt to re-establish a conversation, even if the cause was the call party fault. Okay, next. Uh, Awareness word minding your cell phone manners. Okay, the whereas word minding your cell phone manner is the text I like challenge with cell phone etiquette in modern life. While useful, cell phones often lead to unintentionalness such as loud public calls, interrupting during movies, or neglecting in-person interactions. It stresses the importance of maintaining good manners when using cell phone. Okay, uh, next, this is the basic of cell phone etiquette. A good general rule for knowing when talking on your cell phone is acceptable this. Other people should have the option of not listening to your conversation. If they don't, unless it's an emergency, this is not the time for your conversation. And either if he don't answer your phone or tell your caller, you will talk him later. But this is some other tips for using a cell phone with the best manners. The first is turn off the phone. Turn off the phone before entering a concert hall, theater, or any other place where people gather to listen to each other or to enjoy and paid entertainment. Okay, the second is understanding that walking down the street while engaged in a lively discussions or business or personal. The third is remember that a ringing cell phone followed by a mute conversation in the middle of a meeting is plain a bad manner. If you are expecting an important call, set the ringtone on vibrate and excuse yourself from the meeting if you must take a call. Okay, the last from me is the dangers of driving while using a cell phone. You are probably done it one of the many recent surveys to tell you that driving while talking on your cell phone is distracting and dangerous. By talking on your cell phone while behind the wheel, you are putting not only yourself at risk, but also the other people on the road. Okay, thank you. That's all from me, and we'll continue with my friend.
Okay, now I will continue the presentation from my friends before. The material of my presentation is ending a call that won't end. The first, if you find yourself on the line with a chatty you don't know, you can take the initiative to end the call. One way is to politely summarize the point of the call and thank the person for calling. If you are so, the first point is if you are speaking with someone overly talkative whom you don't know, it's okay to take control and end the conversation politely. And then the second, if you know the talkative person you are speaking with, getting off the phone can be hard, but truthful is always best. So don't make up an excuse just to get rid of him. Mention at the Mention at the beginning of the conversation that you only have a few minutes to talk. So when dealing with a talkative person you know, ending the call can be challenging, but honesty is the best approach. Avoid making up excuse. And then the next material is about using voice, smile, answering machines, and caller ID. Using voicemail and answering machine is there is 2 points there. The first is leaving a message and then recording the greeting. On leaving a message, there are you should be speak clearly without mumbling. Briefly state your name, phone, and number, and then if you get the wrong number, leave a message apologizing. So, when leaving a voicemail, it's important to be clear and concise. Speak in a way that's easy to understand, avoiding mumbling or unnecessary pause. And then brief state your name, phone, and number. There is point that is always provide essential details such as your name, phone number, and the purpose of your call. And the last is if you get the wrong number, leave a message apologizing. That means if you accidentally reach the wrong number, leaving a politely apology message shows consideration and prevents confusion for the recipient. And then on the recording the greeting, there is the first is keep your greeting short and clear. Second, use a friendly and cheerful tone, and then avoid long jokes and unnecessary music. And don't speak too loud or use a shrill tone of voice. In the keep your greeting short and clear, it's mean when you recording a voicemail greeting, keep your message brief and clear to ensure caller quickly understand they have reached the right person. And then use friendly and cheerful tone. It's mean uh, to create a positive impression. And then avoid long jokes and unnecessary music. It's because avoid adding long jokes, excessive details, or music, as this can annoy or delay colors. And additionally, maintain is a moderate volume and avoid harsh or shrill tones to ensure your message is pleasant and easy to listen to. The next is color ID. In the color ID, there is the main purpose of color ID, which is prevent harassing options or unwanted sales calls, and give control to the call reception. The color the purpose of caller ID is designed to block harassing options or unsolicited sales calls. It shifts control to recipient, allowing them to decide whether to answer or ignore incoming calls. And then in caller ID, there is caller ID etiquette and guidelines. There, there are uh, have tell your friends and family and returning calls. Tell your friends and family the polite thing to do is to notify close friends and relatives that you have caller ID. Doing so can eliminate a lot of hard feelings and embarrassment in the future. And then returning the calls is calling your friend back is fine. Just let your friend know that you saw from your caller ID that she called. But if you don't recognize the name or number, don't call the person back. The person may have dialed a wrong number and hang up upon hearing the voicemail message. And then the next material is providing the telephone guidelines for children. You may have noticed a gray area between child psychology and etiquette for children. Telephone usage falls into this uncertain area. On the one hand, you want your children to learn how to communicate effectively, but on the other hand, you don't want them to take over the phone as their own personal property. Every toddler seems to have a time in his life when he falls in love with the telephone and looks forward to every opportunity to use it. A bit later on, when your children becomes a teenager, the love affair may becomes an obsession, and that can cause major headaches for you, the parent. Safety is also something to consider. Every child who is old enough to manage a phone should know how to dial 911 and stay on the line. Don't overlook your responsibility to teach your children when and how to dial 911. And then here are some suggestions regarding children's. The first is don't inflict toddlers on others via the phone. It's when grandma calls, don't put your 12 years old on the lines unless grandma asks to speak to her grandchild. And then the second is display positive cell phone behavior with your children and teenagers. It's remember children learn by example. Share the rules that I provide in the earlier section. Hmm, The second is display positive cell phone behavior with your children and teenagers. Remember uh, the material about a wireless word minding your cell phone's manners. The material before that my friend's presentation and see that they are follow and then teach and then the third is teach children to answer the phone by saying good afternoon Miller residence. It's because have them substitute your last name and the appropriate greeting for that time of day, like good afternoon, and then have them substitute your last name is Miller Residence. Also, teach them not to get into conversation with strangers. The fourth is teach children how to take a message. If a child is old enough to answer the phone, the child is old enough to take a name and number and promise to call back. The fifth is examine your monthly telephone bills carefully. You may discover that one of your children is using the phone in a way that displeases you. Kids tells each other about little scams and pranks that they can play with the phone. Discuss exceptional charts and notations with the child. The last material of the regarding children is if your child has her online or cell phone, consider placing limits on it. Your telephones or wireless phone company can provide useful limits on telephone to keep your children and your phone bills safe. For example, you can arrange to block all outgoing 900 numbers calls and all long distance bills. So that is the presentation from us is about today's telephone etiquette. Thank you for the attention and goodbye.